Hi everyone, it's Maddie. So today is the 11th of August 2022, a Wednesday I believe, and today we are filming a video. Well, this originally 2 seconds ago was going to be a whole topic on how I get embarrassed about my mobility aids, because it might help other people, because I know it's a very common thing, especially with the stereotypes out there and how people make you feel about them. Some people can be very judgmental, or just in general like feeling bad about your own body and your condition. So that was going to be that video, but then I realised something and I had to film this video first because I was getting out my walking sticks for the video. These are my walking sticks. I've done a video on them before, on both the Madalada Munden channel and the Madalada channel, but one was called my mobility aids and one was, well, I've done a video specifically on when I got these, but this is my first walking stick that I got, I think. I can't remember which one I got first. I think this one was ordered, I remember that, and this one I got in town. But this one's kind of broken, this one, they're kind of both a bit broken, not gonna lie, but yeah, and this one's taller than this one. This one's just in plain black, and this one's got like a pattern on it. But yeah, they're the same model of walking stick though, this one. Yeah, so yeah, these are my walking sticks, my mobility aids. I've also got a wheelchair that I own, and I've got a mobility scooter, and what else do I own? I have a major buggy but I don't use it anymore because I've outgrown it. I don't know if my bed counts as one, but it helps. Don't think that counts though. My wet room, I don't know if that counts as a mobility aid. I had a bath lift. I've had a bunch of stuff over the years, but anyways, back on track. These are my walking sticks. Now I got these when I was 16 years old because I saw a video. I mean, I knew what walking sticks were before this, but I saw a video of Hannah Witten with her walking stick and saw how beneficial it was for her. Now obviously hers was a different reason. She had just had a stoma surgery, so her core was weak and she needed help with walking, and that's why she had a walking stick. But it got me thinking about why I'd never owned a walking stick, because my balance is off anyways. My balance is always off, especially when I'm walking long distances. Or if I'm really tired that day and don't want, or it's going to be more of like, I don't want to say inconvenience, but like harder to bring my wheelchair, a walking stick might help, or at least be a bit of support to help, you know what I mean? So I got these two walking sticks back in 2018, and right, I'm grateful for these walking sticks. They have helped me out countless times, and I'm grateful for these walking sticks. And they've even helped out family members, because like when they needed some support, they've borrowed my walking sticks. But, and here's the massive but, my walking sticks aren't working for me at the moment because of my shoulder pains. Now I am sure there are people out there that have used walking sticks when they have shoulder issues. I understand that they can be used when people have weak shoulders or shoulder issues. But in my personal, this is talking not as a general collective, but my own personal opinion and experience, is I went to use a walking stick the other day and I went to lean and it killed, and I mean killed, my shoulder, like the first few seconds. I went to lean on the walking stick and my shoulder absolutely killed. So not only was my legs aching, but my shoulders were too. Do you see the problem? It went from one area of my body being in pain to two. Now where I used to be able to just lean and it would help relieve some of the pressure, now I was getting pressure in my shoulders and in my legs, which wasn't very helpful. It was kind of being counterproductive to the reason I wanted to use the walking stick in the first place. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will not be getting rid of my walking sticks, because number one, there will probably be times where I have less painful shoulders and can use them again properly. Number two, like I've said, they've helped people other than me in the past. Number three, they're quite a handy mobility aid because you can fold them down and take them anywhere. So if I was going on a long walk or like going somewhere and standing up for a long period of time, these could be really helpful regardless of the shoulder pain. These could be helpful. But at the moment, they're not the most helpful. They were at a time in my life, especially between the ages of 16 and like 17, they were definitely very helpful. And 18. Yeah. But they were very helpful during those times. But now they're less helpful, and I think that's okay to admit that, like, sometimes something's more beneficial for you than other times. Just because I own a walking stick doesn't mean I'm always going to use it, doesn't mean I'm always going to need it, doesn't mean I'm dependent on them and I shouldn't have to either be able to use them from time to time. They're called a mobility aid for a reason. They are there to aid you and help you when you need them. And I think a lot of people are very judgmental about when people don't use something constantly, like a mobility aid. They're like, oh, well, like in my experience I've had people be like, well, why are you using a walking stick? I've seen you walk without one. And it's like, yeah, they're a mobility aid. They're not there. Some people use them all the time. That's their situation. That's perfectly understandable. You shouldn't judge them for that. Just how people shouldn't judge me for using mobility aids from time to time, or if I use them more often and then stop using them, or if I don't use them at all. That's my decision, my experience, what's best for me. So people need to stop being so judgmental about that, because I've had people call me a fake, which is just ridiculous, and say that I shouldn't be using the mobility aids if I can walk. Don't know why I did that. I can walk, but you know, like, if I can walk then I shouldn't be using them. But that's just people misunderstanding how mobility aids actually work, because a lot of people think that mobility aid equals paralysed slash nearly like unable to walk kind of thing. They picture the worst case scenario, and that's totally valid, and there are people that like need that more constant support, and that's perfectly understandable. But I also hate how the tables kind of turn on other people who, like myself, who use them from time to time, or go for a stage of using them loads and then not at all. Like fluctuate in their usage basically, because it's not fair. It is not fair. This video's kind of steered back into the original subject I was going to talk about ish, but yeah, there is a lot of shame when it comes to mobility aids. I realised that the video I was supposed to film I'm sort of kind of leaking into. I will do more of a proper video on the shame that comes with mobility aids, in my personal opinion, and I'm sure others out there can relate. But back onto the actual topic of this video, what I'm trying to say is these walking sticks, I love these guys. These guys have helped me through some tough times. But at the moment, they do not help. They are not benefiting my life, and that's okay. I've had really bad shoulder pains. Well, it's not okay, they're not helping, but it's okay to say that, hey, this isn't very beneficial for me right now, I might need to find another solution. Because my shoulders have been really bad, and that makes me question if wheeling myself in a wheelchair, if I was to use my wheelchair, would that be the best move? Because my shoulders are so bad at the moment. And then it makes me think, well, my mobility scooter is probably one of the best mobility aids I can use at this present moment. Unless, like, I'm being wheeled in my wheelchair. My mobility scooter is the most independent one I can use at this time. That is less risk to my shoulders. And I just wanted to have a talk about it, to be honest, because it's interesting the shift in what mobility aids are needed at the time versus like the time when you got them versus now. Like, for example, I used to own a bath lift. I don't own one anymore because when I was younger, but as I was getting older, my mum couldn't keep lifting me into a bath, and I really did struggle to get in and out of the bath. It was a real struggle. So it's just one of those things, like sometimes at one point in your life that mobility aids are like at its most useful, and then it can either become not useful at all anymore, or like less useful than it used to be, you know, or not as needed as it was, if that makes sense. It was just a strange one for me, because I was thinking I should probably take a walking stick on this walk, and I went to use it and it just killed my shoulders. And it was also a kind of sad moment for me too, because I remembered that back when I first got these walking sticks, my shoulders weren't this bad at all. I wasn't even getting shoulder complications really, and now I am, and that's just part of post-impairment syndrome of having cerebral palsy, which really sucks, but it's one of those things. But yeah, it is one of those things, unfortunately. I should get my shoulders checked out, because yes, I have cerebral palsy, yes, I know that's what's causing the pain, but is there a secondary condition now on top of it? Or is it just post-impairment syndrome? Or both? Or post-impairment syndrome would be causing the other condition, but you know what I mean. Is it just my body getting weaker? Probably. There's just a lot of unanswered questions that I need to go back and inquire about, but that takes time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you got where I was getting at in this ramble of a video. It was just intriguing but also sad how I don't really, I can use them, but it's not the best decision for me right now to use my walking sticks because of my shoulder. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a lovely day. Oh, and remember to comment any of your perspectives, opinions, anything like that. Videos you want to see, anything like that. What mobility aid you use the most, if any. If you use a walking stick, what model walking stick you have, I don't know. Whatever you want to post in my comments about anything like that, feel free. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I really do appreciate you guys, and thank you for listening. Have a lovely day, and bye guys. Subscribe. Oh, and check out my Instagram page at Madalada Munden -2. I do need to update that, but I do have it. That is a work in progress. Okay, bye. Bye.